Even if being fat is unhealthy, even if I agreed that being fat is unhealthy, it doesn't mean that you get to treat fat people like shit. You're basically quite literally saying we should get to bully people for having health conditions.
Hello YouTube, and welcome to the Body Honesty Project. My name is Lydia, and today we are checking in with FatSapphicBro to get some advice on how to treat fat people, which essentially means not telling them the truth, never disagreeing with them, and only telling them what they want to hear. Because anything else is ableist and fat-phobic. I didn't realize that fatness gave you an invincibility cloak against criticism, but here we are. So let's start by watching the TikTok in its entirety.
Here's the thing. Even if being fat is unhealthy, even if I agreed that being fat is unhealthy, it doesn't mean that you get to treat fat people like shit. In the same way that we don't treat cancer patients like shit, we don't treat people with autoimmune diseases like shit, we don't treat people with colds or flus or allergies or whatever other medical thing like shit. At least we shouldn't. I mean, plenty of people do. That's the whole concept of ableism, right? But even if fat is unhealthy, why does that give you the right to treat people like absolute trash, to harass, to bully, to tell them they need to lose weight, to pretend like you're their doctor, to tell them what is or is not right for their body when you don't even know them? And even if you do know them, you're not their doctor. So what is the point, y'all? Y'all act like millions of people who are thin don't have chronic conditions, disabilities, illnesses, etc. Do y'all think that as thin people you never get sick, or you never have a health condition, that you'll never get cancer, that you'll never become disabled? It literally just doesn't fucking matter. The way you treat somebody shouldn't be dependent on whether or not they're healthy. That's literally ableist. Y'all can pull all the excuses out of your ass all fucking day, but we know what's up. You're not fooling anybody. You don't actually care about the health of fat people. You don't really care about fat people as people. You see us as a problem to be solved. It's ableist, it's rude, it's sizist, it's fat-phobic, it's fucked up. You're basically quite literally saying we should get to bully people for having health conditions. Y'all want to pathologize obesity. Y'all want to say that obesity is an illness or a disease or something that needs to be intervened on for the sake of health, which then makes it a medical condition. And you're basically saying, let me harass you for your medical condition. And this is y'all's philosophy. This is y'all's mindset, not ours. We see you. You're not fooling anybody. But stay mad, I guess. Weird thing to care about. Weird hill to die on, seeing as how it literally doesn't affect you. I don't understand how anybody else's body size affects you personally as an individual. It doesn't, and none of y'all have good answers for it.
Okay, there's a lot of sore feelings in this one, but let's see if we can dissect them. Let's start with this one.
Even if being fat is unhealthy, even if I agreed that being fat is unhealthy, it doesn't mean that you get to treat fat people like shit.
Is that really it? Are people actually treating you like shit? Or are they just disagreeing with you? I completely agree that we should not bully people for no reason. That includes name-calling and giving unsolicited advice. But that is not what myself and other YouTube content creators like myself are doing. We are not doing that at all. All we're doing is using fair use to critique what you say. And just because you are trying to win the oppression Olympics does not make you immune to criticism. What my content is, I don't think constitutes as bullying at all. All I do is take what you say, find the counter evidence and present it. That is all. And if you do think that what I am doing constitutes as bullying, well, you have a pretty darn thin skin and do not possess the critical thinking skills necessary to understand the cognitive distortions that you are applying. A good therapist can help you with that. Moving on, FatSapphicBro also says that we cannot dispense advice because
you don't even know them. And even if you do know them, you're not their doctor.
So they like doctors now? Because I thought that their stance on doctors was this.
I don't trust doctors.
Interesting. Well, FatSapphicBro is not a doctor either, but they tend to dispense a lot of advice, such as this.
Just a friendly reminder as we go into the new year and are bombarded by the diet industry, you do not need to lose weight. And there are ways that we can pursue our health goals this year that don't depend on a scale. Love you. I can't care for my body, care for my health, without focusing on a number on a scale, without focusing on something arbitrary that isn't actually going to reflect health or wellness or comfort or anything. Fat people are beautiful. Fat people are sexy. Fat bodies are good bodies. There's nothing wrong with having a fat body. Actually, cardiovascular diseases are sexy and don't define my worth as a human. I am sick to death of having to defend my health as if me being healthy or unhealthy has anything to do with anything, when what we're actually talking about is people actively encouraging other people to make themselves sick for no fucking reason. Implying that we can control our body size is absurd.
So these are some of the little tidbits of advice that FatSapphicBro likes to spout. Telling people that they can achieve their health goals without losing weight, telling people that you cannot control your body size, and also telling people not to worry about getting a disease because it's sexy. Now, I too believe that you should not obsess over a number on the scale. And I should probably give that advice to myself, because there is a healthy weight range in which a person can be considered healthy. But ignoring the scale altogether, especially if you're morbidly obese, is not a good thing. Because if you are doing all the right things, the scale should go down. And if the scale does not go down and you are morbidly obese, you are not doing all the right things. The scale is a tool to help you. I don't believe in lying to people. Weight does matter. Excess fat does do damage. Obese people do have inferior bodies compared to healthy weight people. And you can control your body size. You can let these words defeat you, or you can let these words empower you. It's up to you. Then we get to the argument that
y'all act like millions of people who are thin don't have chronic conditions, disabilities, illnesses, etc.
And like literally nobody is making that argument. Of course we know that people of all shapes and sizes can fall to illness. What we are saying is that the risk factor increases 2, 3, 4, 5 times as much if you are obese. Yes, I could get a heart attack, but the chances of me getting a heart attack are a lot higher if I'm obese. That is the argument. It doesn't mean that it can't happen. It just means it's more likely to happen. And why do we want to increase risk factors? Even if you are genetically predispositioned to get a disease, you can fight against it. Remember, genetics loads the gun, but lifestyle pulls the trigger. Up next, FatSapphicBro thinks that
you don't really care about fat people as people. You see us as a problem to be solved.
Yes and no. I do see you as people. And in a lot of ways, you really are my people. People that suffer from lots of mental health problems stemming from childhood. I'm part of the CPTSD and ADHD herd. I get it. I have many a problem too that I'm working on. Not ignoring, working on. I see obese people the same way as I see addicts and alcoholics. Good people with problems. Problems that need help to be solved. If we can see organizations like AA and NA as helping people get through their addictions, why can't we see people that create content like mine as the same? People that are trying to help people get through their problems. We aren't bullying people. We are encouraging them to confront their cognitive distortions. We see you as people. People with problems that deserve help. But that's not how FatSapphicBro sees it. No. They see it differently. They see it as,
you're basically quite literally saying we should get to bully people for having health conditions.
Now, I'm going to circle back to what FatSapphicBro deems as trolling or bullying, and how they deal with trolls and bullies.
So something I find amusing and hilarious, when I notice that there is a troll leaving like a thread of comments on one video, they wait until they're done making whatever point they think they're making, and then without responding, I delete the entire comment thread and block them. And then sometimes they'll come from another account and be like, why did you block me? And I will do the exact same thing. No acknowledgement, delete the comment, and block them again. And I just think it's really funny because they put a lot of energy and effort into typing like paragraphs worth of comments. And I'm just like, nope, delete, block. You're not welcome here. I don't care. And that's today's lesson on protecting your peace. Love y'all.
But what FatSapphicBro didn't mention is that they bully too. I have never, ever left a comment on FatSapphicBro's page. But did that stop them from coming and attacking me? No. They came on my page, they started commenting, left a whole long-ass thread, and then deleted it. So, I ask you, who's the real bully here? Next, FatSapphicBro really doesn't want us to
pathologize obesity. Y'all want to say that obesity is an illness or a disease or something that needs to be intervened on for the sake of health.
But that's already been done. The World Health Organization classifies obesity as a disease. All I'm doing is sharing public knowledge. I am already sharing a fact that has already been established by the medical industry. You not wanting obesity to be pathologized doesn't mean that it hasn't already been pathologized. Me saying facts that the rest of the world agrees with is not bullying. If anything, encouraging people to stay fat against the advice of the World Health Organization is bullying. Finally, we end with FatSapphicBro saying,
weird thing to care about. Weird hill to die on, seeing as how it literally doesn't affect you. I don't understand how anybody else's body size affects you personally as an individual. It doesn't, and none of y'all have good answers for it.
But it does. Obesity affects everyone. First of all, content creators like myself make this content because either ourselves or somebody that we know and love has struggled with obesity. And we want to show people that there is a way out. It comes from a place of caring and not wanting to see people suffer. I swear the Fuji song, Killing Me Softly, should be the anthem for fat acceptance, because that's exactly what they're doing. All these nice, kind words encouraging people to get fat as they get closer and closer to their grave, and then once they die, they're completely ignored. This is sad. This is pathetic. This is the definition of killing someone softly. So that's the first reason why. It's because we have a relationship with it, either with ourselves or with people we know and we want to help. Secondly, obesity does affect society. Look at all the demands that JBay is making on the travel industry. She wants free airline seats. She wants wider hallways. She wants bigger elevators. There is a cost for everything that JBay is asking for. And if the airlines and hotels and all the other places in the travel industry do the accommodations that JBay is asking for, we will all have to pay for it. If one obese person occupies 3 seats, do you not think that the airline is going to take that cost and divide it amongst the rest of us? All of our prices will go up. Same thing with clothes. When Old Navy decided not to charge a premium on plus-size clothes, what did they do? They spread out the extra cost into the straight sizes. So the more obese people there are, the more expensive our lives get. Thirdly, there is an environmental impact on society, a much larger carbon footprint. Obese people make more waste. It's just that simple. If you need to eat more, you need to buy more. And if you buy more, there is more waste. And in all honesty, a lot of these obese people are getting fat off of takeout. And how much waste is there in takeout containers and driving and all of that? Their carbon footprint is huge. So there is an environmental impact on being obese. And fourthly, the impact on the medical system. Whether you're in a place like Canada or the United States, it doesn't matter. There is an increased cost on medical treatments. Have we learned nothing from the panini? I mean, most of the people that were in the ICU were obese. Was this not a wake-up call? Because it sure as heck should have been. So yes, obesity does affect me directly. Even though I'm not obese, obese people affect our society. They affect our environment, they affect our cost of living, and they affect our ability to get medical treatment. Their choices don't just impact themselves. I don't make this content for FatSapphicBro. They are too far gone. In fact, I don't make this content for pretty much any of the fat activists that I feature in these videos. I make this content for people that are flirting with fat acceptance, that might not have all the facts, or have already entrenched themselves in fat acceptance and are looking for reasons to get out. And for those of you who already agree with me, well, I make this content for you to entertain you. So, until next time, stay body positive, but also body honest.